What's up, guys? Justin here with the CGEssentials.com, back with another Blender asset update video for you. So in today's video, we're going to check out the newest version of the Traffiq add-on, version 1.4. So let's go ahead and just jump into it. So we know about Traffiq. It's one of the libraries of vehicles that you can get in the Blender market. So it's got a number of different vehicles contained inside of it, like cars and trucks and other things like that. So you've got cars, you've got public transportation. We've talked about this before. It's also got tools in there for like rigging the cars to follow along with roads, other things like that. So that was added in the 1.3 version. But in this new version, they've added a couple different things. So the first thing they've added is they've added a number of different assets. So they've added watercraft and aircraft. So we can take a look at those in a minute. And they've also added a new feature that allows you to add wear and tear to your vehicles. So what that does is that means your vehicles don't always have to look perfect when you render them out, which is great because in real life, right, vehicles aren't always perfect looking, obviously. So so you can get this by going to the Blender market. I will link to this in the notes down below, or you can just go to the cgessentials.com/Traffiq. And again, I'll link to that in the notes down below. Notice how right now, as a part of this new release, you can use this coupon code to get 30% off through November 30th. So make sure you check that out as well if you're a new user. If you're not a new user, if you already have this, then you should be able to just download the update through Blender Market, I believe. So let's go ahead and let's jump over into Blender real quick, and let's take a look at some of the things that are contained in here. All right, so first off, let's take a look at the function for wear sliders. And so what we want to do is we want to add wear to this vehicle. And so what this is going to do is inside of the Polygon IQ or the Polygonic, I'm not sure exactly how I'm supposed to say that, but we're going to stay with Polygon IQ. Under the Traffiq option, when you have an asset, there's going to be an option down here to add wear. And so what we're going to do is we're going to add wear down here. You may see a message saying that this needs to be editable. If so, you can just click on the button for convert to editable in order to get that to do that. But what we want to do is let's adjust these sliders and take a look at what they do to our vehicle. So for example, let's say I wanted to add some dirt to this vehicle. Well, I can run this slider up to whatever we want it to be and then click on the button to set. And then what that's going to do is that's going to apply wear to this vehicle like this. And again, notice how it's not doing it. So we just need to convert this to editable, then it'll do that. So then you're going to have some numbers in here and we're going to click on the button for set. And so when we set this, notice what that's going to do is that's going to apply a mask to the material, making it look more dirty and worn. So you can do that with dirt. You can do that with scratches. So let's say we're to crank this all the way up. Notice how you're going to get like this long scratch on here. There's also an option in here for bumps. So if you set that, then you're going to get a little bit more bumpiness, like the vehicle's been beat up or something like that inside of the scene. So what that does is that allows you to add that illusion of wear and useness to your vehicle inside of your renderings. So, and if you don't like having this many scratches or something like that, you can bring those values down just by adjusting the sliders and clicking on set like this. So you can see I can bring this down if I don't want this to be as pronounced. Now I will note, just like in real life, right, some colors are going to show this better than others. So if I was to switch this to like a white material like this, so I don't want this to be random, I just want it to be white. Notice how this doesn't really show up as much because it would basically be a white scratch in here. So it's definitely in here, but it's not going to be as pronounced of a look. So again, just pay attention to the colors of your vehicle because some colors are going to show those scratches better than others, just like in the real world. So the darker it is, the more those scratches are going to show up and the more the dirt's going to show up. And so just real quick, the additional objects that have been released, you've got the 6 new planes. So you've got the glider, you've got the helicopter, as well as the commercial airliner and the hot air balloon, in addition to the extra watercraft. So you've got the ferry, for example, you've got the boat, right here, you've also got the inflatable raft and the rowboat. And so these are a nice addition. Remember that you've got that entire library of like different cars in here, as well as having a library of street elements that are contained in here. So you've got things like benches and traffic lights and other things like that. So I mean, I think the goal here is to just keep expanding out that library, give you access to more things. So in addition to that, remember that you do also have the rigged vehicles in here as well. So like for example, the truck, if we were to go into pose mode and move this around, notice how the truck is rigged so that it follows along with this rig. So if you are interested in a vehicle library, Traffiq is 30% off with that coupon code. So this is probably a good time to check that out. I'll link to some other videos about this asset library in the notes down below. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.